Number 11 is Günther Mata of Austria. He's only won one race. That was this year, but was a bronze medalist in the combined competition. That was the first men's event held at these World Championships.
A lot of good young Austrians in slalom right now. They say that, you know, there were a lot of good athletes on the downhill team, but the slalom coach went and took all the good young ones. Now they don't have many good downhillers, but a lot of good slalomers. He better get on his skis. Very steep here. Almost got back up there.
Check on the first intermediate time. The fastest being held by Mark Giardelli of Luxembourg, and Mata is more than a half a second behind that pace.
And that's just about the time that he beat Giardelli in that first run. So they're dead even at the midway point.
Some tricky gates down near the bottom of this course.
Very tricky. This is not a very well set course. It's very jerky back and forth. It doesn't flow very easily.
And with every skier down, it gets a little bit more icy. Günther Mata of Austria across the line. In first place, he made up a tremendous amount of time at the bottom to bypass Mark Giardelli. So the Austrians, who have had a disappointing world championship here in Crans Montana, in a position to change all that with Günther Mata. We are in an area of Switzerland known as the Valais, which can provide some interesting explorations. Travel through this door and down these steps to a mysterious attraction of the Valais.
This is the underground lake of Saint-Léonard.
The underground lake of Saint-Léonard lies 200 feet below the vineyards, 15 feet deep, 3 football fields long. Its waters come from an unknown source. Its walls are lined with fissures and crevices of quartz and granite. As legend has it, a young girl can go to the lake at midnight on Christmas Eve, say a prayer to the heavens, and see a bluish reflection in the water of the man who will be her husband. Believe it or not. But you will be able to sum up these World Championships in the books with one word: Switzerland. Because of Perman Zerbruggen, Erika Hess, Brenny Schneider, and Maria Walliser, the Swiss cowbells have been ringing for 2 weeks. Their women won every race. The team won 8 of 10 races and 14 of 30 medals. The most dominating performance in the history of the World Championships. Bob takes a look at why the Swiss are so good.
Alpine ski racing is big news in Switzerland, not just on the sports pages. Front page in the major newspapers. The team is part of the daily life of every Swiss. Skiing is their national sport. The Swiss team has taken their commitment to excellence to a new level, and they have left the rest of the ski world scrambling to catch up. The racers are totally focused on racing, and the results show it. We asked some of the racers why the Swiss are so successful.
Most of the races are right in their backyard. You know, that to me is a big advantage. And most of the training that they do, most of the skiing they do, period, is right in their backyard.
I think all the training is getting more professional. It starts with training conditioning. I think it's a part very important. And we train all together. We are always almost fighting a little bit to be strong enough or strong like the other girls. So I think it starts there.
We are a very strong team, and normally it's very good when you are a strong team, but maybe you can be in a race the 6th, and that's a very good result, but you are the 4th Swiss, and that's in Switzerland you have no press and no comment, and that's hard too.
And there are probably a dozen more who can place well here but can't make the Swiss team. When the current crop retires, a new breed will be ready. For youngsters in Switzerland, ski racing is in their blood.
For Günther Mata of Austria, nervous moments at the bottom as he looks up to the top, waiting for the first of 2 West Germans who could possibly take his first place standing away. Frank Wörndl of West Germany, 8 years on the World Cup circuit. His coaches say he can be a little bit nervous at times, and the pressure in a second run like this can bring out the nerves in any competitor.
Well, Wörndl has never been any kind of a factor on the world ski circuit, but all of a sudden this year he started to ski well. A lot of people say it's because the German program has gotten so much better. They're very well organized, they're very good shape physically, and they've trained hard technically. And he's having a good run on the top part of the course.
Up until a few minutes ago, I'm sure Wörndl was worrying about Bouvet of France, who skied just before him, but Bouvet had a disastrous run right in through here, and this is where Wörndl is looking so sharp.
And the protective padding on his left wrist has come off. You can see it dangling there.
The last view of the 65 gates, Wörndl brings it across, and there's a 1. He has taken the lead. He made up a lot of time on the bottom. Frank Wörndl has taken the lead from Günther Mata of Austria. his moment. His teammate and the first-round leader is still to come, Armin Bittner, in this battle of West Germans in Crans Montana. As you look around you in Switzerland, you're never quite sure which views are real and what is a postcard on a wreck. Having a great time, weather is beautiful, wish you were here. Championship of men's slalom will come down to fractional ticks of the clock. This is Armin Bittner of West Germany. He led after the first run by 1/100th of a second. So all he has to do is tie the time of Frank Wörndl, his teammate, and he will be the gold medalist from West Germany.
Well, we've said a little bit about that German program. They've had some psychological help, motivational help, they call it. He's a corporal in the Army. He left home so he could get more skiing. That's what the Army allowed him to do. He's only 22 years of age.
This is his first year on the circuit with good results. And you know that those two Germans, as they stood in the start house, knew that a West German had never won a gold medal in slalom. His time looks pretty good.
Okay, but Wörndl was only 1/100th of a second behind. So if Bittner's going to win this gold medal from his countrymen, he's going to really have to pour it on down here. Wörndl's time looks pretty good to me. Doesn't look like Bittner's attacking enough, not turning that well down through this bottom part.
Will it be Bittner or Wörndl? It will be Wörndl, the world champion of slalom skiing. For the first time, a West German has won the gold.
And what a surprise. Certainly nobody thought that he'd be the winner here today. He's been nothing more than a journeyman ski racer up till now.
Frank Wörndl claims the gold for West Germany. Günther Matter of Austria, the silver, and Armin Bittner just misses there, getting the bronze, finishing third.